What's up guys, macadii here, bringing you the first episode to our brand new RU session where we're going to be using Ragdoll, the Mega Banette. So if you are hyped for this session, don't forget to hit the like button down below. I definitely will appreciate that. So the team I decided to go for this time is a Trick Room team, mainly because Ragdoll works really well under Trick Room with that huge offensive sort of presence once it megas up, makes up for its sort of kind of lackluster speed, and there's a lot of RU Pokemon that really hit hard under Trick Room. So I figured this was probably the best place to do it. I know I've done one relatively recently up in OU, but I think Trick Room is much more viable down in RU. So we have obviously Ragdoll, the Mega Banette, which I've decided to run Shadow Claw and Gunk Shot just because they give fairly neutral coverage, and just generally because Gunk Shot is incredibly powerful and works really well with its high offensive stats. Obviously that's non-mega'd up, but once it megas up I think it's 165, which is absolutely insane. And then the moves I decided to go for is Trick Room, which unfortunately isn't improved really with Prankster. It just means it goes from a priority of about -5 to -4, which yeah, doesn't really make a huge amount of difference unfortunately. And then Destiny Bond, which is really good. Priority Destiny Bond is really useful, and it means you can actually net a few extra sort of cheeky KOs, especially once Trick Room is down. If you get a bit of a sweep going and then they try and revenge kill you, you can just use the Destiny Bond and let yourself go down from there. So following that we have Underbite, the Granbull, which I decided to run Assault Vest and Intimidate just to make it as bulky as possible, and I've decided to go for Play Rough, Close Combat, Earthquake, and then Power Up Punch. So the first three moves are going to be for when it's outside of Trick Room, just to hit hard, and it's sort of going to be an all-round tank really. And then the final move, Power Up Punch, is mainly when it's under Trick Room to get a bit of a cheeky boost. If I can net some KOs without being hit with Power Up Punch, that's going to be really useful, and it means I just end up hitting absolutely insanely hard. So we have 252 in HP, 252 Adamant in attack, and then obviously a negative nature in speed with 0 IVs in there. So hopefully this should be hitting really hard and also be really bulky at the same time. Now we're returning with BLOB as well because he's an absolutely excellent Trick Room setter. So we have that with Life Orb and Magic Guard, which means we get the Life Orb boost without any recoil from this, which is absolutely excellent. We're having Psyshock, Focus Blast, and Shadow Ball just because they give a really good general all-round coverage and makes them hit like a truck. It's absolutely incredible. And then finally Trick Room as well, because if you can set up the Trick Room and then go from there, with these moves you can get a really strong sweep going. The EVs are pretty simple, 252 in HP, 252 in special attack, and then obviously a negative nature in speed. Moving on from there we have Paladin, the Escavalier, which is also running this Assault Vest to add that extra layer of bulk, with Overcoat, which means that any moves with Spore and things like that won't be affecting us, which is really good. I was tempted to go for Shell Armor, but I decided Overcoat's probably more useful for the team because it means I can block any spores coming our way and things like that. So I'm running this with Mega Horn, Iron Head, Drill Run, and then finally Knock Off. This is a set that you guys have recommended to me, especially for that last session. So hopefully this should be doing a lot of work for this one. And we're running that with 252 in HP, 252 Adamant in attack, and then just 4 in special defense just in case of download users, and then 0 in speed. Moving on from there, we need some more special attackers for this team, so I decided Shrimpy is probably the best one to go for. We have the Expert Belt, so we can pretend that we're a spec set, and hopefully from bluffing there, we might be able to net a few cheeky KOs. So we have the Mega Launcher with Scald, Ice Beam, Aura Sphere, and then I wasn't sure about this last one. I thought maybe Dark Pulse. On reflection, I think Dark Pulse is probably better, just because while Dragon Pulse does give a sort of general all-round stab, Dark Pulse means for Psychic types and things like that, we can get a really strong hit off on them. Aura Sphere is really good as well, because there's obviously quite a bit of a weakness to Dark types with BLOB and Ding Dong, which we do manage to hand, and also with Ragdoll as well, so Aura Sphere should hopefully sort of come in clutch. We also have Mega Horn there with Paladin as well. So the EVs, as I said, very simple, 252, 252, and we're just going to put the final 4 in special defense, if it's going to let me. There you go. And obviously a negative nature for speed. Then finally, we have the return of Ding Dong as well, who is an absolutely excellent Trick Room lead, and I absolutely love using him, which is why he's making a return. So we have normal gem boosted Explosion with that set as well. So we can set up the Trick Room, set up Stealth Rocks, and either go for the Gyro Balls or go for the Explosions as well, and it should be doing a really decent amount of damage. And that's just 252 in HP, 252 in defense with a relaxed nature means we get the absolute maximum speed drop, and also we get a really good all-round physical bulk. So hopefully you guys enjoy the team, and if you have any suggestions of how to improve it, please let me know in the comment section. But I will see you guys at our first match. macadii out.